Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to another edition of Aaron Smith Can't Lose. I guess you could say a special edition of Aaron Smith Can't Lose, whatever. Forgive me, I've had a long day today, and I just wanted to share my view, or I guess opinion, what have you, of OJ Simpson, who passed away today at the age of, I believe it was 74. Do a quick search. Go to AP News. 1 second. Forgive me. Like I said, it's been an absolute long day. Yes. I believe he was 74. Born July 9th, 1947, died yesterday. Okay. So how was he? '76. Oh. Okay, so he passed away at 76 years old yesterday. His family announced it through their lawyer. He was struggling with prostate cancer, and wasn't really public. I guess he didn't take it that seriously, or I guess he knew that he was on his way out. Let's just keep it simple. I'm just gonna go into 10 facts that I didn't know about OJ, according to AP News. As I already said, the family announced on Simpson's official X account, formerly known as Twitter, that Simpson died Wednesday after battling prostate cancer. Simpson's attorney confirmed to TMZ that he died in Las Vegas. I believe that's where he last resided. They go into how he met Nicole Brown, who he was acquitted of murdering back in 1994, but the family sued and he lost in a civil trial. We all know that. She was a waitress at the trendy Beverly Hills restaurant, the Daisy. They met, and he dined there, and they became inseparable. They married. In 1985, they had 2 children, Sydney and Justin, and divorced in 1992. So they were married 7 years. Simpson had 3 children by his first marriage, Marguerite, Whitley, Arnell, Jason, and Aaron, pronounced Aaren, who drowned at the age of 2 in a family swimming pool in 1979. And they go into his NFL career highlights, which a lot of people forget. He is a Hall of Famer, NFL. At the University of Southern California, USC, Simpson won the Heisman Trophy in 1968 and was the first player chosen in the 1969 NFL Draft. As a pro, Simpson was the first player to rush for more than 2,000 yards. He was the first player of the year in 1972, 1973, and 1975. Pardon me, he was player of the year in those years, 72, 73, and 75, and was inducted into the Football Hall of Fame in 1985. Simpson played for the Buffalo Bills for 9 years and played for the San Francisco 49ers for 2 years. Alright. I know when a person passes away, or when someone who is notorious for something, people like to kick the dead horse, if you will, once they are no longer in this earth. And my thing is, if you're going to talk smack about somebody, you talk to them when they're alive to defend themselves. And there's a lot of people online doing that. New York Post is one of them. They're notorious for that. They're posting old things or headlines about him when he lost his trial and the civil trial when he was acquitted of the murder trial in 1994. It's just a lot of negative shit. And he all cracked jokes too. And I remember every Thanksgiving they had that picture of him carving up that white meat. Ha 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 ha, very funny jokes. But just the vitriol of these people, and unfortunately they are some white folk and some black folk, and there's a little bit of everybody, but most of the white folk, and they get very nasty, very racial, and they throw that as a joke, and they throw undertones as a joke. And as a comedian, I said before that everything's up for grabs, even if I don't find it funny. However, when you try to hide the fact that you are being a racist, you are being an asshole about it, it's really not that funny. It may be funny to you and funny to a couple of people, but I just don't think that's funny at all. And and I'm not trying to race bait or anything, but we have a whole individual who's running for president and has 91,000 felonies, and nobody's talking about him. And nobody's talking about that other guy who's in the White House, who's pretty much wrecking, the country right now as it is. And these two are going to go head to head, and who knows? Like, who knows who's going to be president? But that's the thing with, unfortunately, with celebrities and people. We always want to talk shit about them when they're no longer here. Just like I remember when Kobe Bryant passed away, and we'll bring up his rape trial, and being the fact that there was I don't know if there was a rape trial. I'm thinking about Mike Tyson, who is also another controversial figure, and he had some jail time, and he served his time too. But going back to Kobe, I mean, the overall hate about this person. I remember I posted a meme of Jesus Christ crossing up Kobe, and talking about he ain't got game, and everybody thought that was funny, and everybody thought that was hilarious, and people liked that, and they enjoyed it. And there was this one guy, rapists don't go to heaven. I'm like, who made you God, bro? Like, that's not your call. Second of all, who is you? And that's my problem with you people. Like, if you're gonna say something, make sure they're here. Again, once again, to defend themselves. Once again, to speak for themselves. Yes, they have family members, and yes, their family members will defend them. And if they are a piece of crap, then yeah, they are a piece of crap. However, it would be better if the person was here to actually defend their right to not say they're a piece of crap. But I digress. Let's move on. It seems like people like to pick and choose when it comes to who they think is right and who is wrong, and that's fine, that's their opinion. But when it comes to stated fact, the fact that the matter is that this man was acquitted of murdering his ex-wife and her lover. That's a fact. He also stated fact that he is a Hall of Famer, will always be a Hall of Famer. Fact. And not to mention the most important fact of all, he was funny as hell in them Naked Gun movies with Leslie Nielsen. That's where I remember him from. And like I said, I'm not defending him, but I'm also saying that the thing is that you can't have it both ways either. Whereas you can crack jokes about a person, but you can't do it while they're here. And it's supposed to be okay. And you also can't defend somebody who is blatantly doing the same thing that you're accusing the other person of, and it's like it's okay. Like, the fuck is that about? Yeah, it's like this country is ass backwards. And it's all about, putting their agenda at play and doing what they want to do and having you agree with them. And if you don't agree with them, then forget you and you're this, that, and the third, and you probably are about this, that, and the third, and all this other stuff. And that's dead wrong. I'm not saying you're not entitled to your opinion, but just make sure that you state the facts. And and who are you to say who goes to heaven and hell anyway? That's not your call. For those who believe in that, I do, and that's also your right to believe it or not. But that is also a fact, and it doesn't matter how I say it or what I say, because it's going to get judged anyway, because of the people fact of the matter that, people either don't give a shit and they are entitled to not giving a shit, which is okay. But this man is no longer here. So whatever it is that you don't like about him, he's not here to defend it, so you're going to defend it, and you're going to say it anyway. So, and then those hens on The View, the Whoopi Goldberg and the Cluck Cluck crew, yeah, them, talking about, I feel for the victims, and this is a victory for them. How is somebody being dead being a victory for them when this man was acquitted of their murder in the first place? Like, make it make sense? That is the dumbest shit I ever heard in my life. And pardon my French, but it just pisses me off. The simple fact of the matter is that people will continue to do this as people die every day. They don't even gotta be famous. But when you are famous, and if you're not popular at the time, or you're just not liked at the time, you're gonna be talked shit about. And that's what's wrong with people. Like, you tell people to say, rest in peace, and but are they really? If you speaking crap about them, are they really? You will never know. Because then, last time I checked, nobody comes back. Only one person came back, and that was Jesus. And we ain't him. So, yeah, about that. And it's the ghouls and the people who just want to gossip and just want to make this a hot topic, because this will go away in about 2 weeks and nobody be heard again. Like, he pretty much overtook DJ Mr. C, famous out here in New York City. He passed away, I believe, the same day as OJ. So he overtook that, and maybe somebody will talk smack about him, but he has nothing but positive vibes about him, and there's been nothing bad to talk about him. But people will do that too. But I hope both their souls are at peace, and that's pretty much all I got to say about that. People who continue to talk about dead people when they're not here to, speak for themselves, and those who do that, you guys are cowards, and you will always continue to be cowards, and I hope that when you pass away, whether you are a good person or not, that no one talks crap about you, because you wouldn't deserve that either. Because the thing is that even though I disagree with most of what people say, you are allowed to do that. And that's all I got to say about that. The thing I want to basically end the show with, as I'm done and exhausted because I had a long day, is about the fact that actually a couple of days before I engaged, if you will, on a famous comedian page, which I was not in because it's irrelevant, and I'm irrelevant obviously to this person, but he posted something that I disagreed with, and I commented on this person's page, saying that you don't have to accept an opinion because a celebrity said it's okay or anybody else said it's okay, and think for yourselves. And so I'm guessing the fan is on another follower of his, because I do follow this comedian, and I do look up to them, but I do disagree with them sometimes. They posted to it. You don't always side with them all the time. I don't side with my wife all the time, or my best friend, or my mother. That's just what life is. But anyway, and this lady decided to say something about that I was gaslighting somebody with my answer. And at first I wanted to say, you know, the definition of gaslighting. But that's not what I said. I said that think for yourself and not to follow somebody else because they say something. And somebody says 2 + 2 is 5, which obviously isn't wrong. But you're entitled to that opinion. That's not considered gaslighting. That's just called what you think. That's your opinion. That's how you think. And my problem is that we have come to a point in our lives where everything matters except our own definition about what we think, how we think. We choose to listen to others and do what others think, how we dress, how we act, how we feel about dead celebrities. But the problem is that we don't agree to disagree anymore. And even if we can't, we can stop and not just be like, okay, you got this. And that's where the long comments come down. Someone posts that what goes to the back and forth and all the bullshit, and I'm not with that. I'm good. Like, I don't like arguing with people, and they come to a point where I'm too through. It's exhausting, especially not a stranger online. But anyway, that's the problem that I have with people. They start to get on my freaking nerves again. I'm not trying to do this. Like, for a schmuck that I used to be, cutting ass on people, telling them about themselves, telling them about how they are, and really being brutally honest. usually what they are, or most of the time. So, Instagram needs to do a better job of, checking people when it comes to that. Because clearly, they either they get off on it or they're just enabling it and they make it literally happen. But it's okay to not be okay with somebody and how they say something. And it's okay to have a different opinion, folks. It's okay, obviously, to joke about people like dead that you didn't like, who was acquitted of murder, who lost a civil trial, who, yes, he did, got caught for stealing his own stuff, and yes, his stupid ass went to jail. Yeah, that was on him. All the other stuff, no. The court of law, something not good. But yet, we got a guy who was running for president a second time, and people are saying that he fought the ball of COVID and he caused millions of people their lives. So when he goes, when it's his time, whenever that is, and I'm not wishing that on anybody, we all go one day, and I'm just saying, it's going to get the thing when Trump, kicks the bucket, whenever that is. Again, I'm not wishing ill will on nobody. That's the last thing I want to do. That's horrible. You don't ever do it. The last thing you ever do. But if you disagree with a person, you don't wish death on them. Same thing with Biden. But Republicans, they don't want to hear that when it's good for them, it's not good for you. And when you disagree with them, they want to call you all kinds of names. Very high schoolish, very virginish, not giving any and acting like a whole 17-year-old, which most of these people who are on that side are still stuck on. But speaking for myself, I just might have to tell people just one time. But I've been telling people this. April 19th. That's about less than a week away. A little over. I will be performing at the Autism Awareness Comedy Show. That is Friday, April 19th, 7 p.m. at the World Famous Producers Club in Manhattan, New York City, 44th Street, between 8th and 9th Avenue. You can get your tickets on Eventbrite. They are on my social medias, my Instagram, De'Aaron Smith. I'm on X, also De'Aaron Smith. And you can also check it on Eventbrite. Just clicking Autism Awareness, it'll pop up right in your face, right in your screen. The host is my good friend Yuri Roman. We got a whole bunch of comics on there. Have a good time. It's for a good cause, people. Do what you want. Talk about dead people. Don't talk about dead people. See dead people. I'm going to sleep. This is Aaron Smith, and I can't lose. Y'all have a good night.